वो तो लड़ना नहीं चाहते। ये मुसलमान ही जो से उनको बार-बार तंग करते हैं, यहूदी जो से वो तो कुछ भी नहीं करते। मैंने जानबूझ के ना ढूँढी है एक ऐसी एग्ज़ाम्पल जहाँ पे जो लड़की है ना वो नहायत ही शी इज़ Caucasian looking and she's speaking very good English. So maybe considering that that particular person does not look Arab, maybe you will have a little bit of more attachment to them. ये ज़रा देखिएगा कि एक very western looking person जो है उसके साथ वहाँ पे क्या हो रहा है।
Continuous supply of water and consume more than
ये
double.
मैं ज़रा रिफ्रेश कर देता हूँ।
Hey Tyler, why don't you take a break and party with me?
ये जी। वो अपने बाल तक बेचारे जो उनसे यहाँ सही तरीके से वॉश
I can't wash my hair because of the Israeli occupation. All of our tanks
are out of water.
We only get water every 15 to 20 days, hence the tanks. And if you're out of luck until the next refill. These water tanks are a staple on Palestinian houses in the West Bank to combat the chronic water shortage. But the problem isn't that there's not enough water. The problem is even our water sources are under occupation, and it's all controlled by the Israeli government and private Israeli corporations, who allot Palestinians less water than the World Health Organization recommends. But why? What are they doing with all our water? Funneling it into neighboring illegal settlements, where Israelis have a continuous supply of water and consume more than double their Palestinian neighbors. And to top it off, the Israeli company that supplies Palestinians in Bethlehem and Hebron with 70% of our water is reducing that amount even more. I can't wash my
तो सर ये सिचुएशन है जो वहाँ पे रेगुलर है। तो now what
like this video anybody can show. I can show
I think Mr. Jha should respond.
But Sid, anybody can show the other side of the videos also. Like both sides are available. Like that's not a problem. I can show you the videos where like Palestinians have lots of water.
Yeah, इसी वजह से वो वीडियो का एक perception है. I understand what you're saying and correctly pointed out. Thank you very much. Rupesh Jha, do you have something to say? Otherwise, I would like to address a few things. Rupesh Jha. He's left. Okay. Nobody.
No, I think Rupesh is not here, Shah. So you can go ahead.
I think he left, and
Yeah.
No, I had to actually address a few things to him. It's okay. Carry on.
I think it would be better if somebody come here, and he's back anyway.
Yeah, Rupesh is back. So, Shah, you wanted to say something to Rupesh.
Yes,
Shah,
I think Rupesh Jha should get a chance to respond. Then I would like to ask.
Okay. Let me say, Medusa was telling me about that Jews and Muslims have been living together. So I want to point it that she should read the Pact of Umar, how non-Muslims were living here, and they were just paying toll tax or jizya and protection money that mafia you pay. Those kinds of things were there, and they were living in ghettos and. So let that be bygone, but that was the thing. Now the problem is that area is actually semi-arid, and the Israelis have made it fertile, and they are doing so. The thing is that since 2006, Gaza is not occupied. It is under the control of Hamas, and they are controlling the internal matter of the Gaza Strip. So maybe at the checkpoints and other things, IDF is checking and doing that. Besides that, they are not doing. And since if you are creating trouble, and there are a lot of stabbing incidents which have come across. So when you do this kind of trouble, your screw has to be tightened a bit. So and why should Israelis are giving Gaza residents free electricity, free water? What are they getting in return? If you don't pay your bills, your electric supply and water supply will be gone within days. But they are giving them. And I tell you one thing: Gaza is not a slum, some Dharavi slum in Mumbai. It has tall buildings and everything. And they are not. They are being supported by a lot of money, and people have vested interest in keeping that situation. It is same issue that these people, and I have contacts with both. I have met from Israel as well as Palestine, and I have made my own judgment about them. So it is not that you are trying to play that Hamas is a victim, or they have in their charter that they want to throw Israel in sea. And if I check all the facts, I find more. They are more victims. Jews are more victims than sinners. So it is my, and thank you very much for listening.
No worries. Mr. Medusa, would you like to respond to him, or should I do it?
No, I guess because it will turn into a debate about Judaism and Muslims. But he conveniently went back to the Umar's time and did not point out everything that happens between that. Like I was talking about Cordoba and how the Muslims and Jews have lived together in Europe. He conveniently ignored that. But yes, fine, I guess.
Okay, fair enough. So, Rajesh Jha, I would like to point a few things out to you, which I have been patiently waiting for. Which you said. First of all, I can assure you, you don't happen to be the only person upon this panel who has visited Palestine or Israel, dependent upon what you would like to refer to it as, uh, according to the half-cooked stories which you come across. Point number two, I do not deny for a second that Jews, due to their religious affiliation, even though they left, and there are a lot of theories in regards to the fact if Ashkenazi Jews or the European Jews are even ethnically Jews or not. Let's just leave that for a perception for another day, because that would be an endless argument. But I thought I should bring that to your attention. I would like to also bring to your attention uh, that if this was, and I'm going to keep it very short, I'm not going to indulge in the history. If this was only a Muslim stroke Jewish issue, or if it was theologically based, then what would you say to in regards to the fact that when the state of Israel came into existence from 1948 to 1967, the Palestinian Christians were removed from their areas? We're talking about tens and thousands of those people. If you go within Europe today, you see their children. They speak about this. This is not 500 or 1,000 people. These are tens and thousands of people of Christian origin, whose children, whose offspring happen to be Christian today. What was their issue? Why were they removed from that land? Do you realize that if there, and you were correct, there was a time in the Ottoman Empire, due to the fact that the relationships were much cordial between, now I'm not denying that there were not always tensions, there always are tensions within communities, but they were not that bad. Jews were able to purchase land in that area. Why were they allowed to purchase land in that area? Was because they had a religious affiliation. And it was taught at that time that because they have a religious affiliation, they should have a right to come and visit. And some of them can purchase land. Nobody suggested to them that people who are residing in that area need to be completely removed from there, whether they are Christians or Muslims. And I would like to end my statement, and I would like your opinion by adding one thing. You very conveniently said that what Israel is doing is completely justified. In that case, when September 11th occurred in United States, and when 7/7 bombings occurred in London, all the British Muslims and the American Muslims should have been ethnically cleansed by the Americans and by the British. So this is not what you do. Because there is a terror attack, you do not go and kill innocent people. How many people out of those Palestinians are Hamas supporters? Does anyone have a survey? No. This is pretty convenient. As far as the Muslims are concerned, as far as the Palestinians are concerned,